Today on WBLN News, 9th graders go on the Hurtado Experience, a blessing for the brand new kitchen, and a plane catches fire. All this and more coming up right now.
Good morning, Belen. I'm Director Solo.
And I'm Carlos Cristobal. Welcome to this edition of WBLN. Here are your news for today, October 30th, 2015.
This week, Belen has been celebrating Red Ribbon Week. Red Ribbon Week was started by the National Family Partnership, which was established as a grassroots nonprofit organization in 1980. Since its founding 30 years ago, the National Family Partnership has devoted its efforts to the well-being of the youth. Today, the NFP, a national drug leader in prevention, education, and advocacy, their mission is to lead and support our nation's families and communities in nurturing the full potential of healthy, drug-free youth. Yesterday, the school was visited by two speakers. The middle school heard from Mr. Ray Estefania, substance abuse expert, and the high school heard from Mrs. Helen Whitty from MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Mrs. Whitty spoke about how she had lost her daughter to a drunk driving accident where the driver was a teenage girl.
My daughter is coming south on the bike path. She's headed home. She looks up and sees a car coming sideways on the bike path. And there's nothing she can do.
Mrs. Whitty also spoke the consequences of drinking at a young age, which provided valuable information for the student body.
Get informed and get the research, because young people's brains are developing until mid-20s, and it's a powerful, the brain is a powerful thing, and grow it and develop it, because it'll hijack your life. Drugs will hijack your life, and without you knowing it or giving it permission.
During the lunch periods today, the Guidance Counseling Office will be giving out Don't Text and Drive thumb bands to students and faculty. This is to remind everyone about the dangers of distracted driving.
Yesterday, members of the 9th grade traveled to Blue Lakes Autism Academy, Our Pride Academy, the Learning Experience, and Residential Plaza. The Hurtado Experience is a day-long experience offered to all of our 9th graders. This incorporates the experience of service and its subsequent reflection.
It was good. I mean, I felt like I was able to interact with a lot of people who were less fortunate than I am, and I felt like I was able to help a lot of people who really needed it.
We'll be holding a groundbreaking ceremony and blessing for our new kitchen and dining hall at 2:15 p.m. The ceremony will take place between the cafeteria and administration building. Father Provincial Javier Vidal, Society of Jesus, and retired Bishop Fernando Izern will be on hand for the blessing. Due to construction beginning next week, an inspection will be conducted on Monday. As a result, the school and offices will be closed. In other news, there was a big scare yesterday at Fort Lauderdale International Airport. While taxiing on for time departure to Caracas, Dynamic International Airways crew reported a fire in the engine. The crew followed the emergency procedures, shut down the engine, and evacuated the aircraft in order to assure safety to all on board. A total of 101 passengers were on the plane and were evacuated by sliding down onto the runway. Authorities said the pilot of Dynamic Airways Flight 405 reported an engine fire around 12:30 p.m. while the Boeing 767 was taxiing for departure. An aircraft traveling behind its reported fuel was leaking from the plane before the fire started, according to Federal Aviation Administration. All flights in and out of Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport were suspended, but the airport's south runway had reopened by about 3:20 p.m. The north runway remained closed throughout the rest of the day.
In national news, after weeks of uncertainty, the House of Representatives has a new speaker.
The Honorable Paul D. Ryan of the state of Wisconsin, having received a majority of the votes cast, is duly elected as Speaker of the House.
Lawmakers officially approved Wisconsin Congressman Paul Ryan as Speaker of the House yesterday. Ryan takes over for John Boehner as the 54th Speaker. This morning's vote was merely a formality, as House Republicans nominated him for the position Wednesday. Ryan has said he hopes to unify a sometimes fractured Republican Party while Speaker, and if there was ever a time that Congress would step up, this would be that time.
Every 2 years, we face the voters and sometimes face the music. But we do not echo the people, we represent the people. We are supposed to study up and do the homework that they cannot do. So when we do not follow regular order, when we rush to pass bills that a lot of us don't understand, we are not doing our job. Only a fully functioning House can truly represent the people. And if there were ever a time for us to step up, this would be that time.
Ryan was also elected to the House in 1998 when he was just 28. He was also Mitt Romney's running mate in 2012. Chess Club will be meeting at 3 p.m. in room F208. Rho Kappa will be meeting Friday at 3 p.m. in room H221. Model UN will meet Friday at 3 p.m. in room H213. Attention food lovers, the French Club will be bringing the crepe maker on Thursday, November 5th after school in the central patio. Pre-sales are going on after school in room F217. The price is $5 for dessert crepes and $6 for the entree crepes. For more info, please see Miss Alonzo. Attention middle schoolers, everything about being on TV? Well, WBLN in the Middle will be holding its auditions on Friday right here at 3 p.m. in the studio. For more info, please see Mr. Calderon. Now stay tuned as we bring you weather and sports right after these messages.
Good morning, guys. Right now the weather looks great, and it should stay like that throughout the whole entire day. Let's look at the map for today. Right now there isn't that much cloud activity, and that shouldn't affect us. Let's look at the highs and lows for today. There should be a high 85 and low of 75, with the relative humidity at 72%. The wind's coming from the northeast at 7 miles per hour. It should be partly cloudy with a 20% chance of rain. Let's look at the weather for the weekend. On Saturday is a high 84 and a low of 76 with a 20% chance of rain. On Sunday, a high 86 and a low of 75 with a 20% chance of rain. And on Monday, a high 85 and a low of 75 with a 30% chance of rain. Let's have a weather, guys, and have a happy Halloween.
Game day is finally here. Your Wolverines face off against the Coral Reef Barracudas. If the Wolverines win tonight, they will become district champions once again. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. at Southridge. Congrats to the middle school blue basketball team for their season opening road victory at St. Teresa. The final score was 48-25. Everyone played extended minutes as the overall team defense was very strong. Luke Penne led all scorers with 12 points, and Alex Rod hit 2 3-pointers to finish with 8 points, while team captain Andy Chavez contributed with 7 points. Alex Bobian had 6 points. Victor Meher had 5 points, and Sebastian Lasso chipped in with 4 points. The team plays at Good Shepherd, and the gold team will host St. Kevin at 3:45 p.m. tomorrow. The varsity cross-country team will attempt to make history by qualifying to the state championships for the 45th year in the school history. The program was established in 1070. The state championship is scheduled to be held in Tallahassee on Saturday, November 7th. Wrestling workouts will be held at 3:30 p.m. All interested and who are in grades 6 to 12, please meet in the wrestling room. The Finns took on the Patriots last night in a primetime Thursday night football game. The game was being hyped up as the Dolphins looked to be playing well in the last 2 games. However, when they traveled to New England, it was a different story. The Dolphins had a slow start and struggled to move the ball against a great Patriots defense. Tannehill did throw for over 300 yards, however most of them came when the game was out of reach. Lamar Miller only ran for 15 yards on 9 carries compared to his monstrous performance last week. The defensive end Cameron Wake had a sack, but later on in the game he was carted off the field with the believed to be an Achilles injury. The Dolphins look to rebound and now have a week and a half to prepare for the next game against Buffalo, November 8th. The New York Mets are back home as they look to bounce back in the World Series. The team arrived in New York this morning. The Mets had a miserable run in Kansas City this week, losing the first 2 games of the best-of-7 series to the hometown Royals. Wednesday, Game 2 saw the Royals dominate the Mets 7-1. Royals pitcher Johnny Cueto held the Mets to just 2 hits in 9 innings. Game 3 is at Friday night at New York City Field. The Mets will send Noah Syndergaard to the mound for his first ever World Series start. The Royals counter with Yordano Ventura. That's all for sports, guys.
Thank you, Nick. Before we go, we would like to wish Father Suarez a happy birthday. Be sure to follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook for all the latest news and pictures. I'm Jack Solo.
And I'm Carlos Cristobal from everyone here at WBLN. Thank you for watching, and stay golden, Wolverines.